Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome back to the Sam Redgate-Large channel. And it's midweek, and you know what that means? It means it's Champions League football time. It does mean it is Champions League football time. And I am very, very, very excited for this game. And it won't take a genius to work it out either. I did put this as like my game of the week, if you will, for the Champions League in my video earlier on this week. So if you haven't seen that, be sure to check that out before you watch tonight's football. But it should be a really, really interesting game. Afternoon to Fraser, who I've just seen, Oliver, who I've just seen coming in the chat as well. Oh, I've got my mic all tangled up there. There we are. And tonight we have Inter Milan versus Liverpool. Two teams both still trying to at least attempt to gun for the title. Inter Milan might do it a bit more successfully than Liverpool, with Liverpool 6 points behind with a game in hand. Uh-oh. I've got a fire alarm. Now what do I do? That's good timing. I will be back. Oh my gosh. Oh, thank God for that. Thank God that is over. That was doing my head in. That was doing my head in. Apologies for that, ladies and gents. Apologies. I actually eventually got it switched off, so there is my proud moment. The whole building was down there, and somehow I was the only one who could read the instructions. Oh God. Oh, I need a minute to catch me breath now. A minute to catch me breath, eh? Need a minute to catch me breath. Whew. Just legged it up 2 flights of stairs. But welcome back to anyone who is still watching and listening for us. I do greatly appreciate it. See, there's been a few people in the chat at the moment. Apologies, like I say, for the poor start to this stream. God, I'm out of breath. Whew. Whew. I shouldn't have run up them stairs. But apologies and thank you for those who have stayed in the chat. I really do appreciate it. We've still got a little bit of time until kick-off, which is good. So we haven't missed any of the football, haven't missed anything. So even better. Just get myself back set up now for this game. So apologies again. We'll not talk about it anymore. We won't talk about the fire alarm any longer. Thanks, Curved. We'll see you in a bit, mate. Enjoy Josh's stream. And let's talk Inter Milan. Let's talk Liverpool. Let's talk Inter Milan and Liverpool. Two teams for me who I think are really, really good. They're in good form as well. Both sides, of course. Inter will be annoyed. They will be annoyed that they did lose in the Milan derby a couple of weekends ago, which has hindered their opportunity to extend the lead at the top of Serie A. But oh my God, I'm so out of breath from running up there. And I got the green screen working, so there's always one thing that goes wrong, isn't there? There is always one thing that has to go wrong. And yes, I did die, and I've come back to life. It has been impressive. But as we don't have much time now, let me just have a wander through Wow, that was not a phrase I've ever used before in my life. Let's have a look at the teams for tonight. Let me grab Sofa Score up for us, ladies and gents, and then we will get it all set up and have a look at the 2 lineups for tonight. At least we've had a bit of drama. Even if it wasn't the intended drama that I did so desire at the beginning of this. Right, let's swap screens. I don't think I'll have had this set up correctly at the moment. Let's have a look. Let's get this set up correctly. Not that one. This one here. There we go. Let's get ourselves set up. There we are. Done. Sorted. Right. Here we are, ladies and gents. Here are the 2 teams. Sam, you're out of breath. I am out of breath. There is a lot of stairs that I've just had to come up to get myself up here. But we'll leave that. Oh, what an entertainment. That was literally... Someone needs to time that. Someone needs to see how long that was before that alarm went off, because it wasn't long. It must have been about 30 seconds. And I feel like that is the curse of the Sam Redgate-Large channel all over. But enough talk about what just happened and the fire alarm going off and me being the hero and turning it off. If anyone wants to give me a medal, I'll take one, but you don't have to. Do I think of myself as a hero? Yes. Okay. Maybe. Anyway, let's talk Inter Milan. We're going to start off with the 3 at the back that they are playing for tonight. Samir Handanovic, Milan Skriniar, Stevan De Vrij, and Alessandro Bastoni as the 3 at the back. So, as you can see by these 3 defenders, they are 3 rugged, no-nonsense defenders. They know what they're doing, and they're coupled there with 2 brilliant sort of wing-backs. I was questioning Ivan Perisic when we watched him all the way back when I did some Serie A live streams, whether he can work as a wing-back, and he seems to be really, really effective as a wing-back. So, Fair play to him. And then Dumfries over on the other side as well. A really powerful, strong fullback who definitely can do some damage on his day going forward, and of course going backwards as well defensively. Then across the midfield you've got Vidal, who I think will be maybe you breaker-upper of play a little bit more. Your Brozovic will be playing in what I like to think is the Jorginho role, and then Çalhanoğlu, who will be, did I pronounce that right? Çalhanoğlu? Yes, I did. Çalhanoğlu, who will be your more creative player out of those three. And then up front, you've got Lautaro Martinez and Edin Dzeko. And there was a lot of positive talk around Edin Dzeko. A lot of positive talk around Edin Dzeko from the owners, saying that whilst Lukaku was good, Edin Dzeko has all the capabilities and all the ability to do exactly the same as Romelu Lukaku, which is massive, massive praise considering, he's a £100 million man. It is a massive, massive praise for him. Massive praise. Evening active, Aaron. You've joined at the right time, mate. You have joined at the right time. And let's talk Liverpool. We're going to have to breeze through these. I need to take my chewing gum out of my mouth as well because I didn't get a chance to do that. Probably should have done that before the chaos had ended. But starting us off in goal, this is a very standard, generic Liverpool side with Alisson in goal. There is one change at the back with Ibrahima Konate coming in for the typically who you would like to see at centre-half of Joel Matip, who tends to play and do those brilliant Rudiger-esque runs from centre-half. So it is Andy Robertson, Virgil van Dijk, Ibrahima Konate, and who's Ibrahima Traore? Where have I got that from? And Trent Alexander-Arnold. Then what we have is Thiago Alcantara, Fabinho and Harvey Elliott making his first appearance this season in the Champions League. I think it might be his first Champions League appearance as well. And big stage to do it on, last 16 against Inter Milan. A really, really big stage for him to do it. And then the three up front, Sadio Mane, Diego Jota and Mohamed Salah. No real surprises there from me for who was starting in that front three. Let me just double check. I did question this in my video the other day. Is Luis Diaz cup tied? I think he will be. He will be, yes. He is. Oh no, he's not. He's on the bench. He is on the bench. There we are. I breezed past him because I thought he'd be down here, but he isn't. He isn't actually. But those are the teams for tonight, and as you can see, the bench is there. Liverpool with starting to get a bit more depth about them, Liverpool now, aren't they? And Inter Milan, a familiar face down here, Alexis Sanchez, starting on the bench. Then you've got Matteo Darmian, another familiar face, and two teams, to be honest with you, I think they're going to probably be able to counteract and balance each other out, because if you look at Trent and Robertson, they almost play as full-backs, and then Fabinho has that ability to drop in and make it a three at the back. So it's going to be an interesting game. Like I said on my 2-Minute Tuesday, I think this is going to be a real tactical game. And both teams are going to be a team to watch for tonight. And I think it's a big gamble for both teams how they play this game. Maybe more so in terms of Inter Milan, because, of course, they do then have their second leg that goes to Anfield. And the second leg that goes to Anfield, that's not what you want to do. You don't want a second leg at Anfield whatsoever from experience of seeing Anfield over the past few years in Champions League nights. You definitely don't want that. Right, just before we get ourselves underway, make sure you get your score predictions in for tonight's match. I am going to go with 2-1 to Liverpool. So 2-1 to Liverpool. That is what I'm going to go with. You get your score predictions in whilst the teams just line up. I'm going to take this chewing gum out, get myself a drink, and then I'll be back with you ready for the start. So we'll get that all sorted. What an absolute shambles of a start of a stream that was. I tell you what, imagine the fire alarm going off 30 seconds in. 30 seconds in and the fire alarm goes off. 30 seconds in. Just not what you want, is it? Just not what you want. But we're all okay now. We're all okay. Everything's sorted, and we'll be underway in a short while. Curly has gone with... has it gone off again? Where's he gone? No, I was talking. You could hear me. You've actually got to listen, Oliver. You've actually got to listen. Curly has gone with 3-1 to Liverpool in this first leg. So Curly reckons it's going to be a bit of a Scouse domination in this first leg. Wouldn't be surprised, but don't rule out Inter Milan. Don't rule them out just yet. Don't rule them out. I think they're very, very capable. And of course, at the San Siro tonight in Milan, only an hour away from Erin. She should have got herself some tickets. But it should be a really, really exciting game. The reason I've chosen to do this game over the other games so far in the Champions League was because this one was the one that really, really appealed to me. I thought the one last night, especially with it being in Paris, would have been quite a close one. And the one... the 5-0, what a boring game. What a boring game in that sense, because you want a bit of competition, and we're underway. Diego Jota has got us underway here in this game. So we are underway. Liverpool playing in their regular red kits, kicking from right to left, and then Inter Milan playing in their quite funky, I think is the nicest way to put it, Inter Milan kit, kicking from left to right. And... Do be sure to get your score predictions in. Curly's gone with 3-1 Liverpool. I've gone with 2-1 Liverpool. Is anyone backing the Inter Milan boys for tonight? I probably should give them a bit more respect, considering they are fighting for the Serie A title again. Robertson looking forward there, cleared that time by the defenders. I'm intrigued to see how Liverpool can play up against this back three, how far back Perisic will have to drop to track the runners there, and that's flicked in from Sadio Mane there. It's flicked on at the front post by Skriniar, but apparently there was a foul in the box there by I think that was Diego Jota at the back post trying to put his body about. Evening to Gladiator Boy, who was rejoined, saying Inter with a fire emoji, and better not put a fire emoji. It might set the alarm off. It probably will. And the worst thing is, it wasn't even on my floor, because I am right at the top. I can almost guarantee you that. And Curly's gone in with Jota. Greater than Firmino at the moment. Absolutely. Oh, now we can sit back and enjoy some football. I'm still a little bit sort of rushed, and I feel like I'm panicking, so I do apologise for the poor start to that stream, but fortunately we do have the starting screen, the starting stream screens, and that actually did come in handy rather than you guys just looking at absolutely nothing for the whole time. However, that is the end of the talk about the fire alarm. We'll stop talking about that. Oliver has gone with 2-1 to Liverpool. That is his opinion. And Gladiator Boy says Manchester City will win the Champions League. Who knows? I will actually be going to the second leg of that game at the Etihad, which should be... It's not going to be very competitive at all. I'm a little bit gutted at the fact that Manchester City did win 5-1 last night. You always want to see the English teams do well, or, to some degree you want to see them do well. But, give them some competition. Make it exciting. That's what Liverpool do. They purposely go 3-0 down against Barcelona. That's what they do. Purposely. But Jota for Ballon d'Or, City will battle Champions League. I think it's more... Who did I think it was going to be? I think it'll be Bayern for some reason. Here's Dzeko with a bit of room. Tries to clip one forward, looking for Lautaro Martinez. He tried to play a reverse ball there, and it was just blocked by Thiago on the edge of the box. Here is Thiago, who's going to whip out a lovely, glorious ball over to Mohamed Salah, and Mohamed Salah, it might be his first opportunity to get a shot off here. Really good play by Salah. Tries to drop it to the edge of the box there, looking for Trent Alexander-Arnold, but it's easily read by Calhanoglu. And Vidal does really well, actually, to play the ball out there. Really well played there by the Inter players. Calm on the ball when they needed to be there, because Salah was just cutting in on that left foot, as we know he does and as we know he can do. And they were just very, very calm. They didn't let him get the shot off, and it was really, really effective defending in the end, because Salah, all he could attempt was a back heel on the edge of the box, which obviously was something that he wouldn't have wanted to do in the first place. Not a chance. Fraser, you all right, Sam? I am Shrafter. How are you? How are you? Curly says Manchester City getting knocked out in the quarterfinals versus Villarreal. Are Villarreal in the Champions League this season? I don't know. I'm genuinely confused I'm really confused about this whole season. And Curly, that's blasphemy, so we're going to ignore that one. Here's Perisic up against Trent Alexander-Arnold. This is going to be a battle tonight down that left-hand side for Inter Milan and that right-hand side for Liverpool. In comes a ball from Calhanoglu, looking towards Dumfries. It's intercepted by Fabinho. Won back again by Dumfries. The appeals for a foul. Lautaro Martinez! Oof. Martinez with half a sighter there from the edge of the box. He hit it well, the 24-year-old. He did hit it well. And it just sort of popped up to him from a little bit of a scrappy play, really, from both Liverpool and Inter Milan. And he just looked to bend it. The way he hit it was like his body shape was very Sergio Aguero-esque there from the Argentinian. Maybe that's where he's learnt it from. Maybe that is where he has learnt it from. But just a little sighter there. Just a little sighter there to get his shooting boots, make sure they're all tied up and on the right feet for Lautaro Martinez. Here's Calhanoglu once again. A player that, to be honest with you, Calhanoglu, he plays for AC Milan, so obviously there's a little bit of controversy around him there, but a player who I think is a really, really good player to have in your team. A creative player, really good at set pieces, of course. We know that from his time, at Milan. Of course, at Inter as well, and during his time in the Bundesliga as well, a very good set piece taker. And as we've seen with Newcastle over the last few weeks, set piece takers can be very, very important to a side and their success. Skriniar clips one forward there, looking for the run of Martinez. It's intercepted, though, by Trent. Liverpool try to get themselves back on the ball. One back by Vidal. Here's Edin Dzeko. Nicked, though, by Fabinho. Fabinho covering that ground so far really nicely. Just in front of the Liverpool centre halves. He's just sweeping in that little Bermuda Triangle, making sure that no one's able to have any room in there. Trent Alexander-Arnold finds the feet of Diego Jota, back into Trent. I think he plays in League 2, Fraser. He does. Has everyone done their Wordle for today? Has everyone done their Wordle? Here's Calhanoglu, Brozovic. Oh, I feel so stressed because of that beginning. I feel so stressed. And that's really annoyed me. That's really, really annoyed me. But let's watch today's football. It does look like it's going to be a good game already. And Fabinho's won that high up the field. Here's Sadio Mane into Mohamed Salah. Chance here for Liverpool. Oh, good block, though. Really, really good block by Stefan De Vrij there. Really, really good block, and made sure he got his body in the way after a mistake as the ball was cleared there by the Inter defenders. And maybe just a bit of a sighter there for Mohamed Salah. He couldn't quite get his shot off without the deflection, but maybe just a sighter there for the Egyptian to try test the goalkeeper. Of course, I'm sure he does know this team very well, considering he used to play for Roma, Mohamed Salah. Been to the San Siro. I'm sure he has many fond memories of playing in the San Siro, both from his time at Liverpool and, of course, as his time at Roma. Trent Alexander-Arnold to whip in this corner. It's looking for the header Fabinho. Might fall to Mane. It's going to fall to Fabinho again. Here's Sadio Mane at the edge of the box. Mane pulls it back to Harvey Elliott, who tries to bend one. Slips, though, while shooting. It falls to Thiago. Thiago finds Mohamed Salah on this left-hand side this time, who's looking to whip in a deep cross there. Sadio Mane was underneath it, and so was Bastoni. Might fall to... Oh, Thiago with a audacious attempt there from the Spaniard. He's almost, as he's caught it on the volley, that was a really, really strange strike. He's caught it And he proper put loads of backspin on that and taken all the power out the strike. And I tell you what, that was not far away. If that had gone in, that would have been one of the goals of the season. Mason Mount injured for Saturday. Yeah, he is. He picked up a bit of a knock in the first half of the World Cup, Club World Cup final, should I say, not the World Cup final. He'll be playing in a World Cup final this season though, won't he? Another one, should I say. Another one when England get there in Qatar. But a massive blow there for Chelsea. And Liverpool seem to be keeping a lot of their players fit at the moment. They've got themselves in a little bit of a out of an injury crisis is the best way to say. Vidal wins his header. Flip forwards, looking for Lautaro Martinez. Cleared this time by Trent Alexander-Arnold. Harvey Elliott gets it down on the floor. Here's Diego Jota. He's got Salah and Mane ahead of him. Rolls it into Harvey Elliott. Here is Andy Robertson's going to look to clip one in. Diego Jota was in there, but easy to collect there for Samir Handanovic. Got to do a bit more to really ask him any questions. Why did Trafter say my name? Palace 5, Chelsea 0. God, that'd be a shock, wouldn't it? Denmark to win the World Cup. I really don't want Denmark to win the World Cup. I don't think they have the quality anyway. Skriniar, well played there. Really well played to keep that on there for Milan. Skriniar. He was destined to play for one of the Milan teams, wasn't he? With his first name being Milan. Or should I say Milan? Absolutely destined. Very, very convenient. Very convenient. I'm not sure when Chelsea versus Palace is this weekend. Not going to lie. Sadio Mane tackled high up the pitch here by Milan Skriniar. De Vrij. Bastoni's going to look forward. Rolls it into the feet of. Lovely ball there into Dumfries. Dumfries finds Calhanoglu. Calhanoglu into Lautaro Martinez. Martinez clips it over and... there was an offside in there somewhere. I think it might have been Lautaro Martinez as he went to receive that ball in behind as he went to put his cross in. I think it will have been him. Ooh, I think he's on, you know. I do think he's on. The linesman did flag for it though, so it won't count. Chelsea needed 115 minutes to score to win against some random Brazilian team. I mean, I don't know. That's not quite how football works, I'm afraid. Oof. Sadio Mane there. I thought he was onto something because Skriniar went down. Yeah, I'm not sure that's how football works, I'm afraid, Oliver, because it's not just dependent on... Because otherwise, I'm sure you could say the games where you lose like 0-0 or the upsets, you can say, oh, well, Newcastle aren't any better than Cambridge. And is that really the truth? I don't think so. I don't think so. Skriniar, lovely feet there by Skriniar, who tries to get the ball away. They were appealing for a handball there from Thiago as he slid in. But referee says nothing doing, and Liverpool able to get themselves back on the ball. Thiago into Jota. Jota finds Robertson. Jota tries to flick it round the corner past Milan Skriniar, and he's into a little bit of space there. That will be a free kick, though, on Diego Jota there. And an opportunity here for Andy Robertson to whip in a decent ball, get Konate and Virgil van Dijk up from the back and get their heads on it. I like how Chelsea had to win the game by a pen. Evening, Sean. How are we doing? I don't know what was going on with my voice there. How are we doing, mate? Get your score prediction in for this game. What was the score, Fraser, when Liverpool got to the Club World Cup final? I can't actually remember. Do enlighten me. I feel like that one went to penalties. But do enlighten me. Robertson whips in this free kick onto the head of Konate. Oh. Just over. Sorry, it was Sadio Mane with that beast of a header. I thought it was Konate. He rose like a salmon. A really good opportunity there for Sadio Mane at that back post. He looked like he was 6'8" there. Sadio Mane at the back post. Just over the bar. Just over the bar. You don't see those from Sadio Mane very often, do you? You don't see those very often. Perisic tries to get his way out and only succeeded in winning himself a goal kick. So I'm sure that'll be actually quite helpful. Whoa. Sean's going with 2-0 to Liverpool for tonight. 2-0 to Liverpool. I can see both teams scoring, personally. I know Curly's a bit of a betting man, so both teams to score, Liverpool to win. I hope you've got that one on, Joseph. Perisic tries to go down that left-hand side, looking to whip one in. It might find a off the crossbar from Calhanoglu! Off the crossbar from Calhanoglu! Oof, so close from Calhanoglu. It was a good touch. He chipped it up onto his left foot and he's rattled the crossbar there from inside the box. It was a lovely ball in from Perisic. I couldn't pronounce his name. That's why I was panicking. Curly says, you can only have Alexander-Arnold, Andrew Robertson or Van Dijk in your squad and the other two are the opposite side. Who do you choose? What are we doing, a five-a-side squad, Curly? Is that what you're saying? I'm really confused. It's quite an open game so far, this game at the moment. Brozovic there tries to play the ball forward. It's intercepted though, and Sadio Mane might be able to drag Liverpool forward. Here's Fabinho now, and that's a I thought that was a good tackle, from Calhanoglu, and that's a free kick in an advanced position here for Liverpool. A free kick in a really, really advanced position. And, it was a bit clumsy. If it had not given it, I could have seen why. Just rewatching this opportunity here for Calhanoglu. He takes it so well on his right foot, pops it up onto his left, and he's rattled the crossbar there. So close from the Turkish international. Really, really close. And he was the man, actually, who gave away this foul. So, he was the man. And Liverpool now, potentially, with an opportunity. Don't know who's laying on the floor at the moment here for Inter Milan. I think it was Arturo Vidal. For a man that is a very tough guy, he's gone down quite easily there. I'm not going to lie to you. Sadio Mane was the player who bundled him over. Admittedly, Sadio Mane's hair looks really strange. In comes the free kick, headed clear though by Milan Skriniar, really easily actually I must say. Forced to Sadio Mane. Mane tries to clip it in, blocked by Dumfries, and that's definitely a foul. Referees played advantage there for Inter Milan. There's some good play from Lautaro Martinez as he tried to get himself out. Oh, Martinez nearly gave away the ball that time, and it will be a Inter Milan throw in. It was a really nice touch actually and turn there by Lautaro Martinez. I feel like if it had been done the other way around, and Thiago was the man doing the skill there, we would have seen highlights reels about that for about 8 months from Liverpool fans. But because it's Lautaro Martinez, I bet no one will speak about it again because his name's not Thiago. Just like to point that one out. Trent, lovely ball into Jota. Jota, can he get that down? Oh, the second touch there. The first touch off his chest was decent. But the second one just took it straight into the hands of Samir Handanovic. Sean's fantasy team starts this weekend. Good stuff. And Curly says a five-a-side team. So you've chosen my defenders, is what you're basically saying. Then you'd just go with Lautaro Martinez up front, wouldn't you? And Samir Handanovic in goal. if you're doing a five-a-side. I'll put my house on it. Please don't, Curly. You actually have a house. Trent Alexander-Arnold here. In a bit of space. Comes back to Konate. Van Dijk. Back to Alisson. Liverpool just starting to dictate play here. He says that, and Konate gives the ball away to Ivan Perisic. Perisic is going to whip one in, and that will be a corner for Inter Milan. Milan's first corner of the game. Shouldn't call him Milan. Inter's first corner of the game. An opportunity to get some of those big boys up. Thiago Silva or Thiago Alcantara? Silva. Is that like who's better? Silva. Skriniar, De Vrij and Bastoni are all up for this free kick. Corner, sorry. I don't know why I said free kick. We're all up for this corner. Calhanoglu has gone out to take it for Inter. In comes the corner and ooh. He tried to play it on top of the keeper there, and no one read that quite at the back post. I don't think that quite went to script there for Calhanoglu. There was no one at the back post. I think it was meant to be clipped in towards that front post as 4 Inter players ran towards the front post. However, it went towards the back and just rolled out of play for a Liverpool goal kick. Interesting start to this opening 20 minutes here. Oh, Alisson nearly gives the ball away right in his own penalty box off that goal kick there. And Liverpool trying to play them way out of trouble, have played themselves into a little bit of trouble here. Dumfries, who's trying to cross one, and that'll be a Inter Milan corner. And I tell you what, Alisson looked a little bit shaky. Way! He looked a little bit shaky there, I must say. Thank you, Sean. Happy Valentine's Day to you. Hope you had a good day. Calhanoglu's going to whip one in. Headed clear, though, by Fabinho. Brozovic tries to find Calhanoglu again, and Robertson's nicked it from him. Harvey Elliott tries to play Mohamed Salah through, and Dumfries able to play that back to Samir Handanovic. I was just about to say before Alisson played his way into a little bit of trouble, as Inter Milan nearly played their way into trouble here. And oh my gosh, RB Leipzig find themselves 1-0 up against Bayern Munich at home. RB Leipzig are 1-0 up in the other game, ladies and gents. They are 1-0 up. Fabinho into Trent Alexander-Arnold, who's going to whip one in, looking for the head of Sadio Mane. Might fall to Diego Jota. Jota tries to go on that left foot. Here's Sadio Mane once again. Mane tries to get away from Vidal, and Vidal, with the most unorthodox defending, has somehow put that behind. Has Sadio Mane had a hair transplant? Why does his hairstyle look so much different? Vidal with the most unorthodox defending. But what I was going to say was this game has quite a nice feel to it at the moment. Both teams looking like they could get themselves on the score sheet. In comes the corner from Andy Robertson. That might fall to... Oh my gosh, that was an audacious attempt from Sadio Mane. That was audacious. That was from the Senegalese international. It was headed on by Konate, and I tell you what, Sadio Mane overhead kicks it. Trying to find that bottom corner, but it's just ricocheted off his shin and behind for a Inter Milan goal kick. But he looks sharp, Sadio Mane. Got that bit of a bounce at the moment, doesn't he? Bit of a bounce. Following the AFCON. He does have a bit of a bounce. Here's Ivan Perisic going up this left-hand side. Trent Alexander-Arnold already, it looks like he's been targeted a little bit by Inter Milan and Ivan Perisic at the moment. They seem to go down this left-hand side more so than they do down Dumfries' right-hand side. Partly that might be because typically Ivan Perisic is a better player in the attacking third, but partly as well it might be that they've maybe singled out Trent Alexander-Arnold as someone who, because he moves so far forward, likes to leave a lot of space in behind, and Inter just trying at the moment, just trying down that left-hand side to try and create a couple of opportunities. Bastoni's going to clip it again, looking for Ivan Perisic. It's given away though, well read by Trent. Here is Mohamed Salah. Salah tries to clip it, looking for Harvey Elliott, and that is recovered though this time by Perisic, who's only able to clear to Fabinho. Into Diego Jota. Harvey Elliott once again comes back to Trent Alexander-Arnold. There's a couple of Liverpool shirts in the box here, but no one of real notice for a cross. So Trent Alexander-Arnold has to make his way back. Curly says Salzburg versus Villarreal final confirmed. I mean, I would like to say, yeah, that'd be awesome, but I need Chelsea to defend the Champions League title, so. And I still need Jordy Spence to give me a free Nando's for a. He said he'd take me to Nando's if Chelsea won the Champions League last season. Still not done it. Still not done it. But he was in Milan the other day, Jordy Spence was actually. Only cost him 50 quid for flights. It was cheaper than him going to Liverpool. Who would have thought? Not me. Vidal. Trying to twist into a little bit of space here, and Fabinho's been really, really tough on him there. Didn't give him any room and has given away a foul there, according to the referee. Sadio Mane is the best player in the world. Why are you laughing? How much did I miss from this game, says Sean? Not a lot at the moment. Not a lot has really happened in terms of clear-cut opportunities for either side. There's been the crossbar's been hit, though, by Calhanoglu from Inter Milan from inside the 6-yard box. But other than that, both teams really sort of matching each other at the moment. Anything you can do, I can do better, it seems to be. And Liverpool do look like they are starting to get a little bit on top. I think Liverpool, this game will be played at Liverpool's tempo for the most part. I do think it will be. At Jordan Spence, debts needs to be paid. They most certainly do. Let me know, guys. Get in the chat. Who do you think's going to win the Champions League for this season? Are you going to be boring and say Manchester City, or do you fancy Inter Milan, RB Salzburg? Who do you fancy? "26 minutes on the clock, still 0-0 here." Like I say, the real big opportunity has come from Hakan Calhanoglu from inside the 6-yard box, who rattled the crossbar. Most certainly did rattle the crossbar. And but for the most part, Liverpool being the better side at the moment. Salah did just go down there following a tackle, but straight back onto his feet, the Egyptian. That was weird. I've just seen Bastoni take a goal kick to Samir Handanovic. Vidal. Calhanoglu. Good switch there. Looking for Milan Skriniar, who's been really good so far. He's headed the ball, though, to Virgil van Dijk that time. Jota finds Andy Robertson. Robertson into Mohamed Salah. Salah tries to hold up the ball, but it's nicked by Brozovic. The ball somehow nearly finds its way back to Salah, and Salah has won himself a free kick by the looks of things there. The ball somehow pinged about, and then Arturo Vidal gives away a foul. I think it was a bit of a soft one, if I'm honest with you. A bit of a soft one from the referee. Mohamed Salah didn't really go down under too much contact, but it's an opportunity here for Liverpool, and specifically Trent Alexander-Arnold, to get a free kick on target and really test Samir Handanovic. Sean has gone with Liverpool to win the Champions League. I feel like that's quite a popular one again this season. I feel like Liverpool just always have that vibe about them. You just always think that they could go all the way. Whereas I think some of the other sides, you look at them and you go, oh, I don't think you're going to be favourites. Them and Real Madrid always seem to have that feeling around the club that they could achieve something in the Champions League. Trent Alexander-Arnold's going to go over the wall there and just wide of the goal. I would have got excited about that. That looked like it was maybe, oh, that's a lot closer than I expected. I was literally about to say that. Maybe a little bit closer than I expected. And looking at that second camera angle, the first camera angle didn't do that justice from Trent, because that is a phenomenal strike of the ball from the right back. A phenomenal strike, but not found the back of the net. Shrafter says, I'll say not Spurs. Very true, very true. Spurs aren't even in the conference, UEFA Conference League at the moment. So, God help them trying to win the Champions League if they can't get in the Conference League. Liverpool are going to beat PSG 2-1 in the final, says Curly. So Curly doesn't see Manchester City in the final. I'd love for another All-English final, but I don't think Chelsea will get to the final. And then it's like, it's just not fun, is it, when it's an All-English final and one of the teams isn't your team? It's just not quite as fun. It is just not quite as fun. But we've still got plenty of time left to play in the competition as a whole. Who knows? Maybe we'll have another Ajax like we did last season, a team. Maybe Salzburg could be them. Who put in a few big performances, cause a few issues. Maybe Salzburg's your team. To replicate Ajax's brilliant form of, 3 seasons ago. So far in this game, a total attempts, Inter Milan 2, Liverpool 6, but none on target. Of course, crossbars and posts, which I do believe we've had one for each team, don't count towards that stat, as they're obviously not on target. If they were on target, they'd have gone in. Give you some youngsters. Sam, is the first half or is it the second half? It's the first half, as you can see in the top right over there. It is the first half of this game. I feel absolutely knackered already. Fabinho gives away the ball just right on the edge of the box here, on the edge of the Inter Milan box, and the long ball looking forward over the top for Lautaro Martinez was a bit too much for him, the Argentinian there. Man City losing the semis against Liverpool. Chelsea beat Bayern in the quarters but get knocked out by PSG in the semi-finals. Curly, if that comes true, I owe you a pack of bourbons. That's all I'm saying. That deserves a legendary biscuit for the final if that comes true. Oh, lovely clearance there by Alisson, who was flicked on by Salah. It might fall to Salah again here. It was Harvey Elliott, I believe, trying to whip the ball back in. It was flicked on initially by Mohamed Salah to Sadio Mane's feet, and then on to Harvey Elliott. Trent Alexander-Arnold's going to shoot from range, and that's gone miles over the crossbar there by the English right back. But that was a decent flick on, from Mohamed Salah, looking for Sadio Mane. They're just lacking at the moment in that final third, that final pass, just to cause chaos, just to cut through the Inter Milan defence, is just a little bit too far away and not quite finding their range at the moment. So we'll wait and see. I'm sure things will change, but Liverpool do look like they are just missing something in the final third. Whether that's maybe they've not got the creativity, maybe they need someone coming on from midfield as well. Maybe that could help them as well. But Harvey Elliott, I think, has been good so far in this opening 30 minutes of his time in the Champions League. Skriniar looks to play that down to Vidal, and Vidal already is coming in with a few sort of hefty tackles here when he doesn't really need to. There are a few hefty tackles coming in from Arturo Vidal. I mean, you wouldn't expect anything less from the Chilean. And Max says, "Evening. See, you finally got your green screen working. I know. Thank God. Finally got the green screen working. And bourbon's greater than digestives. Absolutely. Every day of the week, Joseph. Every day of the week." Brozovic, well nicked there. Dumfries tries to play it forward. Intercepted, though, by Andy Robertson. What's your score prediction, Max? Let us know. It's still 0-0, so I'll let you have another score prediction as well. Vidal's going to get a red in the 43rd minute, so Curly's expecting a red before half-time. Crikey. I like the optimism for some drama. I can almost tell that it will be a 0-0 because I decided to stream it. I must say, out of the two sides of Milan, this is the Milan side that I am least fond of. Mainly because Romelu Lukaku makes Chelsea seem like it's his ex-girlfriend, Inter Milan. And as Romelu Lukaku's current girlfriend, Chelsea fans can't like Inter Milan. And Max has gone 2-0 Liverpool as well. No one backing Inter Milan so far. No one backing Inter Milan. I mean, on paper, you've got to look at it and think that Liverpool are stronger, but Bastoni there nearly gives the ball away, and he's done really well, actually, to recover and give that to Calhanoglu. Here's Ivan Perisic, who's going to try play as well out. Bastoni nearly got caught napping there, the Italian centre-half, nearly got caught napping and able to clear this time by Skriniar, intercepted by Virgil van Dijk, who's got the captain's armband for Liverpool, and that's a lovely ball by Lautaro Martinez, and Dumfries, that was nearly a delightful ball to find Edin Dzeko there, who was making that run into the box. And Konaté's done really well, actually, to read that, the French centre-half. He's done really well, because Dumfries is putting a delicious sort of whip of a cross into the box there, and Konaté had to get that tackle in. You don't want Edin Dzeko stood jogging on the spot behind you there, formerly of Manchester City. Sam, do you think it is going to penalties? It can't go to penalties in this game. It can only go to penalties in the next game. Can someone confirm with me as well if the away goal rule has been scrapped for this season's Champions League? Can someone give that a quick Google for me? Because I saw a comment on one of my previous videos and I was like, I can't remember if I know there was talks of it, but I couldn't remember if they'd actually decided that was the change. Schrafter's gone 3-2 Inter just to go against the grain. Good stuff, Schrafter. Thiago tries to play one forward there, looking for Mohamed Salah. Referee says there was no foul on the Egyptian king. Curly's Salzburg prediction is 4-0. Are they still 1-0 up in this game? They are. They absolutely are. Still leading Bayern Munich, Salzburg in the other game, thanks to a Adamu goal. And Adamu came on in the 12th minute and scored in the 21st. So instant impact from the substitute after an injury to Okafor. So instant impact, and they'll be pleased with that, won't they? They'll be pleased with that. Here goes Mo Salah trying to cut into the box. He rolls it to the edge of the box to Jota. Might fall to Harvey Elliott. Oh, that pass to Mo Salah there wasn't great. That's really well recovered from Brozovic. He's given the ball away here. Here's Diego Jota, blocked by Milan Skriniar. Robertson regains possession again. He's going to have to go all the way back here to Virgil van Dijk. That was a little bit of half opportunity here for Liverpool. They've still not quite got that final ball. Harvey Elliott there, he'll be disappointed with the pass he played into Mohamed Salah. He'll be very, very disappointed. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Into Konaté. Ball possession so far, 51% Liverpool, 49% Inter. Very even between the two teams at the moment. Trent into Harvey Elliott. Harvey Elliott, Mo Salah's touch his paw again, and Bastoni almost just laid down in front of the Egyptian to stop him from crossing the ball there. But he literally just lays down. Literally just lays down. Interesting. Remember when I said Mason Mount goal in 6 minutes in the Real Madrid versus Chelsea second leg? I don't remember that, Schrafter, but I'm sure you did. And to be fair, you did have a different name at that point, so I don't know what your name will have been at that point. I feel like you've changed your name multiple times on here just to confuse me. In comes the corner from Trent Alexander-Arnold. It's flicked on by De Vrij, who's managed to header it clear, and there might be an opportunity for a counter-attack here, led by Calhanoglu. He's got Lautaro Martinez and Vidal in support. Here is Lautaro Martinez. Martinez, can he look up and see Vidal? Is that a free kick? Referee says no. It was Trent Alexander-Arnold, I believe, coming back, doing his defensive duties. Ooh. I'm sure we'll see that again. Sorry, it was Konaté. Oh, I think that's a foul. Let's watch it from that angle. Actually, from that angle, it's a bit of a dive from Lautaro Martinez. It's Robertson who nicks the ball, and he tries to go over the leg of Konaté, and I'm not sure whether Konaté made the connection. I can never understand if players who, like, they know they've not any contact then roll around on the floor and pretend like they've been shot. Never understood that. Never understood it. Because then surely you must feel like an idiot. Surely. Whenever I used to play football, I used to feel like an idiot if I went down and I genuinely was hurt. Nicked again by Inter Milan here, and Dzeko finds Lautaro Martinez. Martinez up against Van Dijk. He just doesn't look confident there, Lautaro Martinez, to run against Van Dijk. Van Dijk had him in his pocket, to be honest with you there. Had it in his pocket. Curly says it's approaching 43 minutes for his Vidal prediction. And Max says, "See!" Sam, who is your GOAT? Ronaldo or Messi? Messi. There's only one GOAT, and it's Lionel Messi. I'm telling you that now. Here comes the corner from Inter Milan. Calhanoglu headed on. Oh my gosh. That was a golden opportunity there by Milan Skriniar, who rose above the Liverpool defenders, and he's headed it wide. Oh, he'll be gutted with himself there, the big centre-half. He'll be gutted. But Alisson must be fuming at his defenders. It's on BT Sport, Sean. It's on BT Sport. Dumfries with a bit of good work there. Has he won himself a throw-in as well? He has. Deemed to have won himself a throw-in. I tell you what, that is a nice Inter Milan kit. Considering I have an allegiance to AC Milan over Inter Milan, that is a nice Milan kit. I'll give him it. Inter kit, sorry. Mane trying to get himself under the ball there. Trent succeeds this time. Rolls it into Mohamed Salah. Good play there by Harvey Elliott to take it on the back foot, but he's given the ball away to Lautaro Martinez, who tries to find Calhanoglu. It's read, though, by Van Dijk. It's just a little bit scrappy at the moment. Both teams giving the ball away easily. Unforced errors coming into this game at the moment. Maybe we'll see an unforced error lead to a goal. Calhanoglu. I can't remember what I used to call Calhanoglu, but it wasn't that. It was miles away. It was miles away. Do be sure to stick around for the halftime game. We'll go on a... we'll have the quiz. We'll have a little bit of a quiz. We'll find a couple of players, link them with these teams, and we'll have a bit of a quiz for us, guys. And Sean says, I was on Sky Sports today and played snooker. Nice. Nice. Milan Skriniar, lovely ball into Dzeko. Dzeko looks forward there. Dzeko seems to be playing in a different role than I imagined he would be. I expected he'd play in sort of like a hold-up strikery role, but he seems to be dropping sort of back a little bit and allowing the more deeper creative players to move forward, actually, which is quite surprising. He seems to drop into that number 10 role, and Calhanoglu and Lautaro Martinez in particular, as well as the wide men in Dumfries and Perisic, seem to be able to move forward into a little bit of the space that drop back, the drop back creates, and it's quite interesting, actually. Up to Louis Rodwell. God, I miss Louis Rodwell. What a legend. Wait, Sean, did you say you were on, like, as in physically on, playing snooker? I feel like I didn't react to that like I should have. Congrats, if that is the case. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. You'll have to send me the clip. Two minutes left to half time here. Let me know your thoughts on this first half, ladies and gents. Let me know your thoughts. I think it's been quite open, but Liverpool need to be better in that final third at the moment. That final ball is just slightly away. They look like they're just not quite clicking. Maybe the reintroduction of a few of the AFCON players has just not been quite as integrated or quite as slick as they maybe once expected here, Liverpool, because they do in that final third look a little bit shy, like they don't quite know where they're going, and some of Mohamed Salah's touches and Harvey Elliott's passes haven't been great at the moment, but time could change. Time will tell, won't it? Time will tell. Calhanoglu looks for Ivan Perisic there, who's given the ball away himself this time. That's a lovely ball forward, and Dzeko's in behind here. Good touch by Dzeko, and Van Dijk uses his pace there. That was a really good touch and a lovely ball there from, I believe that was Perisic who pinged that one up to him. Robertson's going to try and play it into the feet of Sadio Mane, intercepted brilliantly actually by Brozovic and played back to the goalkeeper Samir Handanovic. Milan Skriniar's given the ball away again though. It is just a little bit sloppy. I wonder if there's a few nerves from either side here. Some of the passes have just been a little bit underhit. I wondered why when you were on Sky Nice. Yeah, I feel like I read it and I understood it differently as I read it. Does that make sense? I feel like that only makes sense to me, but yeah. Puma or Nike or NB? Oh, New Balance. Puma or New Balance? I don't know. I'd probably go with New Balance, you know. I don't wear too much Puma, but I don't really pay any attention. So I won't be able to comment on that one. And Nike or Adidas, I just wear whatever anyone wants to sponsor the Sam Redgate-Large channel with. Hence why completely unbranded. Joking, of course. But hit me up, Nike. Or Adidas. How many minutes of added time have we got at the end of this first half? We've got 2 minutes. I think we'll have a little bit longer just because there was an injury there. I believe that was to De Vrij. Hence why I was just talking. Dzeko tries to flick one on, looking for Lautaro Martinez, who's deemed to be offside here. Fabinho will get us back underway again. Now, what's the best point to call, you know? What's the best point to call? Do you just... Do you just get yourself in, or will Liverpool try and push themselves for a goal in this final minute or so of football? Brozovic is going to clip one forward again, looking for Edin Dzeko. Dzeko just outran once again by Virgil van Dijk, but Virgil van Dijk's given away a foul there. Given away a throw-in, sorry. Quite far up inside the Liverpool half. Perisic finds Brozovic. De Vrij, they've come all the way back here into Milan. Maybe they're just happy to get themselves through to half-time at 0-0. Like I say, anything that they can do in this game is really a positive because teams don't like going to Liverpool. They don't like going to Liverpool just generally because it's Liverpool. And who actually likes Liverpool? But also because Anfield is an absolute fortress, especially on a Champions League night. It is an absolute fortress, and I'm sure it'll be a tough game in that second half. However, the referee has blown for half-time there, ladies and gents. It is 0-0. I was expecting for us to have already had a goal at the moment. I won't lie to you. I was expecting that to be the case. But we haven't. And it's been a pretty competitive first half to this game, if I'm honest with you. And let me know your thoughts so far. We will get... what football boots are you choosing if you have to choose any? I have some Adidas ones, so I will say that. But... it is halftime. It most certainly is halftime. Let me know your thoughts. I'll get the game sorted, or at least I will attempt to get the game sorted. We'll change this text so that it says it is halftime for anyone who does join and just has a quick glance at the screen. They can then deduce that it is actually halftime if I can type it. There we are. And let's do the halftime game then, ladies and gents. Are you ready for the halftime quiz? I will choose a few players. I need to... Why do I leave it? It's in the corner of my room, and I always leave it over there. And every time I always think, oh, I'll just get it during the stream. And now I'm sat down, I'm comfy. I can't be bothered to get myself up. Oh, first world problems. Right, first world problems. But do let me know if you are ready for this halftime show, ladies and gentlemen. We'll try to find some players who are Inter Milan / Liverpool related. Let's see how many likes we are on for this stream, ladies and gents. On this stream, we are on 9 likes. If we can get ourselves to 10 likes and then keep progressing up towards that 15 like goal, that would be absolutely fantastic. What have I done here? I've moved this halftime thing off the actual screen. There we are. That's better, isn't it? That is better. Half-time there. Vidal has been a few different places. He most certainly has. He's very well travelled, isn't he? He used to be at Barcelona, Bayern Munich. He was at Juventus, I think, as well. Potentially he was at Juventus. He has been in Serie A before the team. Before Inter Milan, that's what I was supposed to say there. Before Inter Milan, but let's find some players for us. Maybe let's go on some of the iconic players of this quiz. We'll do a few of the old ones. Maybe there'll be a Stevie G type one. And I was speaking actually the other day about Stevie G. And what for someone who was such a phenomenal footballer, Steven Gerrard, what a tragic way it was for him to end his career. Like, if you think in his final season, he lost out on the Premier League, and of course, with the somewhat iconic slip, there was the Battle of Cristamble, there was the 6-1 loss on his final ever game to Stoke City, and it's like, what? Steven Gerrard, what a poor way to send him off. Juve, that's who it was. Do Lewandowski, I will do when we do a Bayern Munich game. But we are doing Liverpool and Inter Milan. So, let's choose everyone's favourite pundit for this one. And we are going with Jamie Carragher. Just hold it there, Jamie Carragher. And that is who we're going to start off with. So I think this one might be a little bit harder for you guys because, number one, he's a bit of a legend. Knowing the general age of my viewership, if a few of you will have been a little bit younger when Jamie Carragher did retire. But for this halftime game, we do have 5 questions on Jamie Carragher. I'll try find, whilst I read out the first question, I'll try find an Inter Milan player as well, and then if we can get onto a second player, we will do the Inter Milan player. So do be sure to get in the chat and get your answers in. So, a nice easy one for you to get started off with. And I hate to actually ask this question, but there is 5 questions here, so we will ask it. I don't know anything about him. I bet you do. I bet you can answer at least one of these, looking at it. Which club did Jamie Carragher spend his entire career? Which club? And whilst you guys tell me which club, Shrafty, you're 12. You at least know that, mate. You at least know that one. Ooh, there is someone with an Inter Milan link. Is there any current Inter Milan players? Curly, Curly, can you see who that is? Aaron Moy, formerly of Huddersfield Town. How does he make it into a World Stars pack? Football World Stars. I don't get it. So, Jamie Carragher, with which club did Carragher spend his entire career? Let us know. It's a good job I didn't go for any of the girls like Carly Lloyd or Marta, because I think you guys would have got absolutely none of them. Absolutely none of them. Is there anyone else? Mario Mandzukic is in here. Jesus. Who's Sada, says Yusuf. At least I know my name and my age. Fraser's come in. Fraser's here. Good stuff, Fraser. Good stuff. And we'll move on because I feel like you guys actually know the answer to that one. And Shrafter's gone with Liverpool. And so did Curly. So there we are. There we are for the first round. Moving on. I don't know. I've got something in my throat today. But true or false, Carragher scored more own goals in the Premier League than league goals. Jamie Carragher, did he score more own goals in the Premier League than league goals? So, by that they mean, did he score more goals for the opposition than he... Wait. True or false? Carragher scored more own goals in the Premier League than actual goals. There we are. I've asked the question correctly this time. So do you think Carragher scored more own goals than he did goals for Liverpool? Max is saying it's true that he scored more. Defo true. He was known for it as well. There was Martin Skrtel as well. He was known for scoring a few own goals for Liverpool. I was actually at Martin Skrtel's debut when he played against Watchalong, and I remember he had an absolute shocker of a game. Peters Crouch scored in that game, but he had an absolute shocker. Schrafter's gone with true and then gone with false. Next time he tries dissing Gary Neville, he can think again. I know, but it does come with the territory as well. To be fair, I think I was watching a Sidemen video the other day, and it was worst records in football or something like that, and it's actually Richard Dunn who has the most, and he's scored like 12 or something like that, which is quite impressive. Sean has gone with false. Last guess is false, says Schrafter. Curly's gone with true. Max has gone with true. Schrafter's gone false. So we're evenly split here, with two of you going true, two of you going false. I can reveal to you that Jamie Carragher did indeed score more own goals in the Premier League than actual goals. That isn't a great stake to... that's not a great thing to claim, is it? That's not a great thing to have on your resume, I must say. Not a great thing to have on your resume. Moving on. We will move on to the third question. And Schrafter, these questions are very, very easy. Very, very easy. When's the Aaron Moy card coming out? I will take it to the next Huddersfield Town matchday vlog. And that can be Louis' halftime game. We'll get Louis to do a halftime game at Huddersfield, and it's just a card on Aaron Moy. We'll just get him to answer them. We'll just get him to answer it. The next question is, by what 5-letter nickname was also the title of Carragher's autobiography? What 5-letter nickname was also the title of Jamie Carragher's autobiography? See, we're not just talking about the football here, Schrafter, so you should still be able to get this. A 5-letter nickname that is also the title of his autobiography. What about Phil Neville? Gary Neville and Carragher on Monday Night Football is incredible. When's the Aaron Moy card coming out? What's the questions? I'm listening to Josh's questions. Oh, I see how it is, Fraser. Yes, Curly's 2-0. Max has gone with Cara, but he's put a H on the end of it, and it's a 5-letter word. 5-letter word, Max. 5-letter word. What 5-letter nickname was also the title of Carragher's autobiography? I'll give you a clue, Max. You're barking up the right tree. You are. Let's see what you all say then. Let's see what you all say. What 5-letter nickname was also the title of Jamie Carragher's autobiography? And Schrafter's come in with Cara. And Schrafter, I must say, that is correct. That is correct. See, I knew you could do it, mate. I absolutely knew you could do it. It is Cara. And also the title of his autobiography. We'll move on quickly because then we can move on to some Gonzalo Higuain questions, which again will be a pretty interesting one. Which will be a very interesting me. I thought Cara was 4, silly me. Max, you've bottled that one. You have bottled that one. This one, a really quick and easy one. And Schrafter, you can't tell me you don't know this one because it's, for which sports broadcaster does Carragher work now that he is retired from professional football? And if I don't have a chorus of this broadcaster in the chat, I'm going to be massively disappointed. Massively, massively disappointed. To be honest, I knew it. My dad told me. It's not a hard one. It's not a hard one. A 5-letter nickname for Jamie Carragher. What else are you going to say, Jamie? It's 2-1. Come on, don't bottle this. This one's an easy one. So you guys, it might be a slam dunk for you here, Curly. Might be a slam dunk for you. Curly's gone with Sky Sports. Absolutely, it is Sky Sports. I'm sure you guys all got that. Sky and BT. Max. You're not having Sky and BT. It is Sky Sports, which is written on the card. Is Sky Sports. If I just cover that up, I don't know if you can see that, but number 4 does say Sky Sports, so I'm not giving you that one. And Shrafter says too easy, after moaning that they'd be too hard, and now he's typical Shrafter, eh? Typical Shrafter. And in which year did Jamie Carragher win the Champions League? Which year did Jamie Carragher win the Champions League? Again, this should be a piece of cake for Fraser. I don't think you're allowed to be on Sky and BT at the same time, if I'm honest with you, Max, but you probably watch a lot more than I do, considering I just play on my Xbox. And Curly says 3-1 his first win. That seemed like a really easy card. I thought, we'd go for a legend. I say a legend, you know what I mean. A former player to make it a little bit more interesting, but apparently not. Who knows? Maybe if we ever watch a Prison XI game, we can use the 2 cards which been used. Maybe. Who knows? Curly's gone with 2008. Max has gone with 2008. You've got to know your Champions Leagues for this one, so I'll be very impressed if Fraser doesn't get this one. Shrafter's gone 2005. Shrafter, you're on the ball. It is actually 2005. 2005 for Sam. Can I play you on FIFA? If you would absolutely like, you can play me on FIFA. I mean, I don't hold back and I'm very good. So if you unsubscribe from the channel after taking too much of a defeat, I will totally understand that, Max. I will totally understand. But that will be... does Peter Crouch have a card? There's not one that I've seen. Surprisingly, considering Aaron Moy has one, I am quite surprised that Peter Crouch doesn't. Michael Owen has one, David Beckham has one, Thierry Henry, Jill Scott, Carly Lloyd, Marta, Steph Houghton, Lucy Bronze, Willian, Roberto Firmino, Stevie G, Francesco Totti, Blaise Matuidi, Julian Draxler, Mkhitaryan, Kyle Walker, Hugo Lloris, Jamie Vardy, Riyad Mahrez. I just forgot Mahrez's name, hence why I changed the card round. But there is lots of players, and I hope you did enjoy that half-time game. Maybe we'll get someone on for a guest. Curly saying he's demolished me at FIFA. You'd like to think so, wouldn't you, Curly? You would like to think so, but you can't even beat me at GTA, mate. I think is what we've established. So maybe try beat me at GTA before you try and step in my league at FIFA. Fraser says, "Holy cow, my views for my stream just shot up." Nice. And that'll conclude the half-time game. Congratulations to those who did get the dub. Shrafter, I think after moaning, you did get 5 out of 5. I do think you did get 5 out of 5. So, despite you moaning, you actually did do pretty well. You did do pretty well. Imagine Aaron Moy being listed with these players. I know it's really strange. Admittedly, there are a couple of Prison XI players in here as well who I'm quite surprised are listed in here. As well. There's like Lionel Messi, Jordan Henderson, Phil Coutinho, Sergio Ramos, Iniesta, Morata, Silva, Neymar, Marcelo, Son, Kroos, Pogba, Sanchez. There's so many, and it's so random that Aaron Moy is in there. I don't quite understand why Aaron Moy is in there. Frank Lampard's even in there. And we are underway for the second half. I forgot to get the timer started because I was that distracted. We'll get that started in a second for us, lads. Roberto Firmino has come on, and I wonder if that was a tactical switch there. And maybe there's something that Jurgen Klopp has seen that he doesn't like. I'm trying to get these cards back in the box, which is why I haven't started the halftime timer. Sam's dad owns Microsoft, so he cheats. He absolutely does own Microsoft. That is what exclusively my dad does. We're going to start at 46 minutes if anyone's wondering for the timer. We'll just get it underway at 46. Just to join it in, and Thiago's absolutely flown round his man there. Lovely play by Thiago there, but Inter Milan do their defensive duties, double up there. There seems to be a lot of men around the ball for the Italian champions all of the time, literally all of the time, and they seem to be doing a good job at the moment. Oh no, I'm gonna miss the start time now. Oh, there we are. Done it. I'm like 2 seconds behind with that, but 2 seconds behind with the timer. Here's Perisic up against Trent Alexander-Arnold, who's going to cut inside, going to roll it back to the edge of the box, and it's going to be hit by Brozovic, and that was a poor decision. Really poor decision there from Brozovic. It was a really poor strike, poor effort at goal, really poor effort. He's absolutely scuffed it wide, and Liverpool will take them all day long. Liverpool keep insisting on playing out from the back, the Scousers do, from their goal kicks. And at the moment, I'm not really sure it's been working overly effectively. They don't look very confident doing it. Firmino, who has come on for Diego Jota. And rolled it into Mane there. Mane did, he's clattered into his man there, Sadio Mane, with a bit of a rate. Back again, says Oliver. Afternoon to you. The second half is most certainly on. Most certainly is on. Roberto Firmino there was just trying to get Sadio Mane involved. Maybe that's part of the reason, is to try and get him to drop in a little bit deeper and collect the ball and have someone creative moving from that midfield role. We know that's what Firmino can do. He likes to drop into that space in behind the striker, play in that false nine position, if you will. Trent Alexander-Arnold's going to whip it in. Looking for the head of Van Dijk. Headed clear, though, by Edin Dzeko. Here's Konate, who's going to try get himself to whip in across here. He's been marked by Vidal and another as well. And Vidal, again, has just pushed out there at Konate for no real reason. And I think Thiago's face there kind of summed that one up. I'm not going to lie to you. Vidal seems to be, just at the moment, it is very Vidal, isn't it? It is very Vidal, but just at the moment, he does seem to be just adding a bit of feistiness and fire into this game, and he seems to be going in with a few hard tackles, and I'm sure Liverpool fans watching at home will be hoping that none of their players get injured. But here go Inter Milan on the attack. Here's Ivan Perisic going up this left-hand side, being marked closely by two here, Trent Alexander-Arnold and Harvey Elliott. He's going to try whip one in, looking for Diego, Edin Dzeko there. It's cleared, though, by Trent Alexander-Arnold in the end, and it looks long there for Sadio Mane, but well swept up by De Vrij. Vidal back into De Vrij. De Vrij's going to try and move it forward himself here. Vidal looking forward for that run of Edin Dzeko. Good touch initially from Dzeko, who finds Lautaro Martinez. He's looked to clip that one forward, and that one has just been intercepted by Virgil van Dijk there. You've got to do a better pass there to beat Virgil van Dijk, and that's a good ball there by Mo Salah into the path of Roberto Firmino, who's just come on. Firmino gives the ball away, though. It's a blue wall in front of him, a blue and black wall in front of them here. Sam, have you got a fantasy team? If so, who have you got? I do. What for? Do you have? You meaning for Champions League, or you meaning for FPL, as in Premier League? Do let us know, and I'll tell you. I've got one for both. Inter Milan looked so calm on the ball. I must say, out of the two teams at the moment, Inter Milan looked the calmest from playing the ball out from the back. Liverpool seem to just, at the moment, and I say this a little bit sceptically, they do seem to have a little bit of a mistake and a little bit of a problem in them. But at the moment, they're dealing with it. At the moment, they are dealing with it. Lovely switch there. Lovely switch. And Bastone's managed to get himself up the field a little bit. And he's into some space here. And he might be able to drop it off to Perisic. Here is Perisic. He's going to try cross one in. Marked by Harvey Elliott. Crossed in. Looking for Lautaro Martinez. And that's easily caught there by Alisson. Really well caught by Alisson. Max, I would say just ask. Shift Man Lee will back me up, says Curly. That's brilliant. Max, I would send you it on TikTok because it's got loads of capitals and stuff. So I'll sort that in a bit. I'll sort that in a bit for you, mate. I don't know who I've got in my Champions League team. I've not actually used it in a while. It's just me and Jordan Spence in a league by ourselves. Bastone, what a ball that is. Oh my gosh, what a ball that is. And Vidal's done the right thing there, trying to chest that one back down to Lautaro Martinez. It might fall to Vidal again here. Vidal, what a fake shot that was. Flicks it into Edin Dzeko. Dzeko's going to pull it across. Is that going to fall to anyone? No, it's not. And Liverpool look like they've got away with one there. That was so unfortunate. The right idea, though, from Arturo Vidal. Really the right idea. Here is Calhanoglu into Dumfries, and somehow Van Dijk's managed to get his foot up there. Sam, any streams over the weekend? There will be. I'm sure there'll be one or two. I'm not quite sure at the moment. I'm not quite sure what I'm doing at the moment. So not too sure. Maybe I might do the Huddersfield Town game, the 12:30 kickoff. Maybe some people will be interested in that. Let's have a look at my team, my fantasy team for the Champions League. I have not touched this literally since the last time there was a game for anyone, to be honest with you. So I've got Pavard, Salah, Foden, Rodri, Dybala, Ronaldo and Antony are the only players who are actually still playing. What a ball that is into Perisic. Perisic across the box and Lautaro Martinez so close to finding the back of the net there. So close. He was an inch away. He even put his hand up to try and get it in the back of the net. He was so close. So close. But Inter starting to find a little bit of room here against Liverpool. Starting to find a little bit of room. And Mo Salah there just gives away a foul on Bastone. But Inter starting to knock on the door, ask a few questions of this Liverpool side. Starting to ask a couple of questions. Can I just remind you guys, if you haven't already, do be sure to smash that like button for us. There's 22 people on the stream. Thank you for coming out and watching the stream for tonight. And like I say, do be sure to smash that like button. And if you are new, can we get ourselves to 585 subscribers tonight? Haller would have been a great signing. He would have done. And Haller would have been... I saw something the other day and Sebastian Haller, and someone was like, oh, there's this brilliant French striker who is French Ivory Coastian. Oh my gosh. Ivory Coastian, is that what you say? Inter nearly gave away the ball there to Mo Salah in their own box, but Salah's touch wasn't good enough. Bayern are still losing. Yes, they absolutely are. But I saw something the other day saying about Haller and saying, oh yeah, he'd be perfect for West Ham, wouldn't he? And everyone's like, yeah. He actually looks like he would be perfect fit for the Prem, having, done so well in the Champions League this season. But maybe he's just not built for the Prem. You have some of those players like a Mitrovic who just aren't built for the Premier League. But I'm sure it'll be exciting to see him play once again. Thiago there, just too slow on the ball, easily read by Vidal. Vidal seems to be everywhere at the moment. Lovely play by Arturo Vidal as well there to find Dumfries. He's doing really well. They've just been talking actually about Nico Barella there, the commentators. And to be honest with you, with the way that the midfield three are playing tonight, I'd almost forgotten that Nico Barella existed and actually was an Inter Milan player, because they don't look out of place whatsoever, and they all know their jobs. Calhanoglu, is that going to fall to Martinez in the box? No, it's not. It didn't quite fall for him once again. I don't know what time the Chelsea game is, but I might try do the Chelsea game this weekend. I do want to broaden my horizons, though. I know obviously I've got a lot of Chelsea fans on my channel now, following the last year or so of doing streams, but I do also want to broaden my horizons a little bit and do a few more non-Chelsea based ones, because I do get a little bit fed up, and then I can enjoy the Chelsea games in my own time as much as I enjoy them and doing them live. 55 minutes on the clock. For me, Inter Milan have started the brighter out of these two in this second half. Here's Perisic. Bastoni, who's starting to get up that left-hand side just a little bit more. He clips it in over the top, looking for Perisic. Is Perisic able to keep that on? The cross was in towards Dzeko, and Virgil van Dijk, that was very German of me, Virgil van Dijk manages to clear that one behind, but he's not happy there. He's not happy with how easily Ivan Perisic was able to get in behind there. And Liverpool do look just a little bit exposed down that right-hand side. Trent Alexander-Arnold and Harvey Elliott, especially now that Bastoni is starting to come down that left-hand side himself, they are starting to look a little bit exposed. Calhanoglu is going to whip in this corner. It's headed clear. Is it going to fall to the edge of the box? And Bastoni drives one straight over the crossbar there from the edge of the box there, the Italian centre-half. But definitely, I don't know if anyone else feels the same way, but definitely I think Liverpool have maybe come out of the box a little bit quiet in the second half. Let me know what your thoughts are if you are watching along at home with me. If you are watching along. Pulisic going to score Saturday. He always scores against us. I mean, I won't be bad. Oh, Sam from Germany, I know. Virgil van Dijk. Good touch there from Roberto Firmino. It might fall to Thiago, but it's given away, and Inter able to get back on the ball. I'm starting to get a little bit worried for the English side here, because Inter, as the minutes pass, they seem to be getting and growing in confidence here, getting into the game a bit more and growing into the confidence. Curly says Minamino is going to score the winner and say 1-0. Luis Diaz is coming on, and by the looks of things, so is Jordan Henderson. So probably not just because Jurgen Klopp clearly heard me speaking at home, but there are probably going to be some changes because Klopp might have noticed that there are a few problems starting to arise here as Perisic tries to drive one into the box. The camera angle there didn't do that cross any favours there. It did look like it was going to find the back of the net, but Konate manages to get his foot in. I think it will be Harvey Elliott coming off and Sadio Mane coming off. I think that'll be the players coming off for Jordan Henderson and Luis Diaz. And Perisic there from the throw-in only succeeds in giving away a foul. So Liverpool are going to make some substitutions. There was a foul from Bastoni on Harvey Elliott. Let's see who these substitutions are, because like I've just said, they are definitely needed, these substitutions, because it's not been a great start to this second half. And Naby Keita as well is also the man coming on. So Sadio Mane is coming off. Luis Diaz is coming on. Harvey Elliott, I have also seen, is walking off the field as well. So he will be coming off. And then I would imagine it would be Thiago who would be the other player coming off. I cannot see them taking Fabinho off. But I think I've just seen the number 3. It is Fabinho. It is Fabinho. I thought Fabinho has had a pretty solid game so far. And Jordan Henderson does take the captain's armband. A little bit weird because Van Dijk isn't the one who's been subbed off. Obviously, he is the captain, but I wouldn't have given the handbag, I was about to say there, the armband to Virgil van Dijk, but maybe that's just me. I wouldn't have given it to Henderson there from Virgil van Dijk, but oh well, you never know. Oh, Vidal straight away plays it over the top to Dzeko. Dzeko puts it in the back of the net. The flag is going to go up there, and Dzeko did what he needed to, though. I'm sure there will just be a quick VAR check just to make sure he definitely 100%, 100 million% was. It was a lovely ball by Vidal, who for me so far is, I know I was moaning a few moments ago, and if you were in the stream sort of 10 minutes ago, you heard me just about maybe the 50th minute say that actually Vidal has been causing a few problems in terms of being a bit aggressive, but he's actually been pretty decent as well on the ball. And for me so far, he is one of the men of the match is the best way to phrase that. Men of the match. So, Liverpool, 4 subs down. Naby Keita on for Harvey Elliott as well. Fabinho off for Jordan Henderson. And Luis Diaz on for Sadio Mane. So, big changes there. Jurgen Klopp clearly not happy with how Liverpool have reacted since coming out in this second half. Luis Diaz finds Robertson. Robertson tries to be too clever there and gives the ball away to Vidal. Vidal's so calm inside the box there with the ball at his feet. Henderson. I don't know, I thought they were going to take off Thiago, because is Thiago now going to sit at the bottom of that pivot? I'm not sure that's where Thiago's best position is, and Firmino's given the ball away here to Brozovic, and that's a lovely drop of the shoulder there by Calhanoglu, who's going to switch one, and Dzeko here has got himself into a little bit of space, and he's going to try roll it back. He was looking for Lautaro Martinez. It does eventually come to him, but Henderson, tracking back, manages to get himself in the way there. Here is Edin Dzeko once again. Calhanoglu with a bit of space swings it out wide to Ivan Perisic again, who's been really good. Here's Dzeko. Dzeko inside the box. Good block though by Konate, more than equal to that. And Thiago calmly plays the ball to Firmino. But Liverpool are starting to have a few questions asked about themselves, and they're not helping themselves because they just keep giving the ball away. They gave it away momentarily there to Dumfries on the counter-attack. But here is Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz with a bit of space. Can he find Trent? He can find Trent. Trent tries to clip it into Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz! Oh, good block there by Milan Skriniar. He's done really well there. I thought that was his opportunity there, Luis Diaz. Skriniar, though, absolutely comes firing in. Defensive awareness there from the defender, and that's a really good play. I thought Luis Diaz was going to get himself a goal there. He was one-on-one with the goalkeeper, but not too bad. That's better from Liverpool. That's what Liverpool need to do. They need to be more clinical on the counter-attack. Is it windy where I am, says Dean? It most certainly is, mate. Most certainly is. It was absolutely chucking it down earlier as well when the fire alarm saga was going off earlier on in this stream. Sean's from Bristol. Lovely stuff, lovely stuff. Yeah, of course. Come on, you Reds, says Sean. And Villa have slipped right into Villa like he's been there for longer. I skipped backwards to a random point, and it was Sam going mental. Nice, nice. Typical me, really. Typical me. Here goes Dumfries up on this right-hand side. He's going to try pull it across the box. Inter Milan's problem is starting to be Liverpool's problem from the first half. That final pass. Dumfries has had multiple occasions to get a half-decent cross in. Half-decent cross in. The ball possession has swung a little bit in Inter Milan's favour in this opening 15 minutes, up to 52%. It was 48% Inter Milan in the first half. So it has swung a little bit, but can Liverpool, with those substitutions, those positive changes, now get themselves on the board? Not the worst of results, though. If Liverpool can keep it goalless at the San Siro, Vidal's trying to rile up the fans, trying to get them motivated, trying to get them behind this Inter Milan side. Because something needs to change for Inter Milan. If they want to push forward, if they want to do something, they do need to do something. 65 minutes on the clock, guys. Just whilst we wait for this throw-in to be retaken, do be sure, if you are new, to smash that like button for us and do hit subscribe. We're 3 likes away from 15 likes, and that would be absolutely fantastic if we could hit that goal. It was windy walking home from school, says Max. I know Storm Dudley really coming in, causing a few problems. I'm sure it will be bad at some of the Premier League games if the Storm is still here at the weekend. That'll be, if that goes anywhere, that'll be a handball. But Calhanoglu slipped off the pitch anyway. Inzaghi trying to rile up Calhanoglu there. Sean's telling me his tea order for tonight, and I had some beef burgers and I put them in some wraps with some salad. You know, a little bit naughty, but very, very nice. Here's Luis Diaz up against Skriniar. He's trying to twist and turn. I tell you what, Luis Diaz in a Liverpool shirt, he's not giving me the vote of confidence just yet, but he does look better than when I did see him in the few games I saw him last season for Porto. They need to sort out the contrast on that. I tell you what, they need to sort out the contrast on that camera behind the goal. Really, really high whites there in terms of colour. Very strange. 65 minutes on the clock. Liverpool been better in these last 5 minutes, I must say. Much better. What happened to Pulisic, says Curly. What happened to Pulisic is a very good question. In comes the corner from Andy Robertson. It's going to be whipped in there, looking for Konate, but it's gone over to Vidal again. Vidal seems to be inevitable and absolutely everywhere at the moment. Naby Keita's going to clip one forward, looking for Firmino, who's brought it down really, really well. Henderson's going to whip that one out wide, and that's a delightful ball by Jordan Henderson. What a ball that is to find Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz is going to shoot from range, and that was a poor decision there from Luis Diaz. The wrong decision to make there by the Colombian. Worth an effort, maybe, but after that delightful ball from Jordan Henderson, I tell you what, that ball itself deserved a goal. It was a brilliant sort of in-swinger, almost finesse pass, if you will, into the feet of Luis Diaz. And Liverpool, like I say, since those substitutions, just starting to pick up the game just a little bit. Just a little bit. I do wonder if Inter, I keep saying Milan, it's not Milan, it is Inter. If Inter are going to rue that sort of first 15 minutes come the end of the game, now that Liverpool have started to get themselves a foothold in this game again. I do wonder. Let me know, get in the chat, which way do you see this game going? Because Liverpool, last sort of 5 minutes since those substitutions, have got themselves back into this game a little bit. But Milan, for that first 15 minutes of the second half, have looked really, really good. Naby Keita scrapping there, manages to give the ball into Trent Alexander-Arnold. Here is Luis Diaz, who looks full of legs, full of energy at the moment. Looks like he really wants to prove himself in a Liverpool shirt. Clearly heard my criticism of him over the last few weeks. Here's Edin Dzeko. Dzeko, lovely feet as well from a big man. Lovely touch for a big man. Dzeko looks to try and find Lautaro Martinez, who's been pretty quiet so far. Trent Alexander-Arnold regains possession into the feet of Firmino. That's better from Liverpool there. Thiago finds Robertson. Back into Thiago. Here's Firmino, who's dropped in nice and deep. He's going to switch it out wide for Mohamed Salah off this right-hand side. Salah has Trent in front of him, decides to try and go for Firmino, but the ball is intercepted and given away. But just as quickly as Liverpool give the ball away, so do Inter Milan. Here's Jordan Henderson. Virgil van Dijk into Thiago. Thiago's looking for some movement in front of him. It's a little bit static here from Liverpool. Just a little bit static in terms of the front three from Liverpool at the moment. Jordan Henderson back into Van Dijk. There's not many options going forward. All three of the front three are just walking back towards them. No one trying to make a darting run, make an hour-in run, try and make a diagonal run, whatever it may be, just to move a few Inter Milan players out of the way. It's very sort of simple for them to defend at the moment. Dumfries has just come flying to step up there. And Robertson, that's better. He's sort of seized on that mistake, and here goes Robertson, and that's apparently a foul from Roberto Firmino. And I'm not too sure, I'm not too sure. Let's watch this again. Oh, you got to be taking the piss here. You actually have to be. Because Firmino's gone to do the nutmeg. And as he's gone to do the nutmeg, you know those like weird 1 in a million occasions where like just random stuff happens. And I'm sure this has happened to everyone in their life where you've accidentally or you've seen someone get their shoelace caught around someone's stud. And that's what Firmino has done there. But he's given away a foul because of it. He's given away a foul because of it. And that is pretty ridiculous that he has given away a foul. We're going to see some substitutions here for Inter Milan now. And Lautaro Martinez does not look happy. Alexis Sanchez, formerly of Arsenal, Barcelona, and of course Manchester United, will be coming on for Lautaro Martinez. But Martinez does not look happy. Sean says, Sam, do you want to be a commentator? I would love to be a commentator. I would absolutely love to be a sports commentator. As you can tell, I do love talking about football. 31 people in the chat. Lovely to see all of you fresh new faces in the chat. If you are new, be sure to smash that like button for us. Do hit subscribe and I'll keep you up to date with everything going on in this game. Bastoni finds Brozovic. Here's Alexis Sanchez. Sanchez, oh my God, what a tackle that is from Konate. And Calhanoglu's managed to win the ball back again. It was a little bit clumsy there, and that's a brilliant ball from Dumfries over the top, and Dzeko might be in. Edin Dzeko, oh, he's trying to cross it. Shoot, man, shoot. What are you doing, lad? He should have shot there. He definitely, 100% should have shot there. It was a brilliant tackle though from Konate on Alexis Sanchez. Sanchez almost looked around in sort of like confusion that he'd actually made the tackle, and it's a brilliant ball from Dumfries to switch it from right to left, but just not the ball you wanted. Not the ball you wanted there from Edin Dzeko. He should have just shot. He should have just shot. He's won himself a corner, but for me, he should shoot there. Edin Dzeko, 1-on-1, bearing down on the goalkeeper. Calhanoglu's going to whip it in, headed at that front post by Andy Robertson. It might fall here at the edge of the box to Alexis Sanchez. Sanchez out to Calhanoglu. Calhanoglu, and it's flicked on by Thiago behind. Curly says, he's bloody missed it! He most certainly has. He didn't even shoot. I couldn't even use my attempt at a Mark Goldbridge impression there. Here comes another corner for Inter Milan. Do be sure to get in the chat, guys, if you are listening and you are new. Love to see a few fresh faces and let us know what your thoughts are on this game. Alexis Sanchez, first time, I'm sure the first time playing Liverpool since he's moved to Inter Milan. In comes the corner. And oh my God, Dumfries. I thought he'd flick that on and home there. I thought he'd flick that one home from Dumfries. It was a good ball whipped in. It was whipped in towards that front post, and I think it might hit his shoulder. I think it might have hit his shoulder, and Dzeko looks fuming for some reason. Shouldn't have been in that position anyway. Sam, what is your favourite cheese chant? What does that even mean? What does that even mean? Perisic has turned himself into trouble there. Trent Alexander-Arnold wins the ball back, but he's given a ball back away again, and Milan Skriniar only succeeds in clearing the ball up the field. Oliver says we're 11 subs off 600 subscribers. If you could help us potentially try and reach that goal tonight, that would be absolutely fantastic. Thank you to those who are checking out this stream tonight, and hopefully you are enjoying it. Oh, that's given away again by Liverpool. Milan just, I keep saying Milan, Inter just giving themselves a little bit of room to get in back into this game again. It seems to be like it's sort of like there's a bit of a momentum switch going on. A little bit of a momentum switch going on. Headed by Vidal that time. It's given away though. Henderson might pick up the ball. He's given it to Roberto Firmino. Firmino continues to play, even though referee says there was a foul in there. Here's Virgil van Dijk now. Konate being pressed by Alexis Sanchez. What a player he was, I tell you what. At Arsenal, what a player he was. And oh my gosh, Alisson slipped there under pressure from Alexis Sanchez. It somehow manages to find its way to Roberto Firmino, who finds Mohamed Salah. Oh my gosh, he was so lucky there. Alisson, I tell you what, if that's a different goalkeeper, I tell you what, that he doesn't have the composure to clear the ball as well as slip. I tell you what. And somehow Trent Alexander-Arnold's managed to squeeze his way in behind, and that'll be a Liverpool corner. Brozovic does his defensive duties. Evening to Joshua Chats Football. How are we doing, mate? How are we doing? Yes, Fraser, absolutely edging ever closer to that wonderful 600 mark, which would be so fantastic. We are edging ever so close, and we're one like away from the goal of 15 as well. 15 minutes left on the clock. This has been such an open game so far. Both teams with opportunities, but no real clear-cut opportunities for either side other than that early... Oh, it's in! It's in from the corner! Firmino from the front post! Just as he says! Just as he says! No clear-cut opportunities. I literally froze. I did not think that was going in. Firmino at the front post makes it 1-0. Inter switched off. They switched off 100%. Inter switched off. And now they find themselves 1-0 down. After dominating for the last 10 minutes or so, Inter find themselves 1-0 down. It was flicked on by Firmino, and Firmino, he doesn't even know what he's doing. He doesn't know what he's doing. It's flicked on by Firmino. It just sort of hits him more than anything else. They've just said it's a really good header. It is a good header if he means it. But I don't think he does, you know. I don't think he does. He's just trying to sort of stoop his head, stoop his neck down, flick it on towards that back post. And Roberto Firmino has somehow managed to get himself on the score sheet and put Liverpool ahead. I said a few minutes ago, do I think that Inter Milan, I questioned a few minutes ago, should I say, are Inter Milan going to rue that first 15 minutes and them not taking opportunities and Dzeko passing instead of shooting? Whoops. But they've just gone and done it. Liverpool. That's all they needed. Half opportunity. Not even a half opportunity for Liverpool there. Not even a half opportunity. And they're 1-0 up. Roberto Firmino from a Trent Alexander-Arnold corner. That is what Liverpool needed. And that is when you need your big players to step up, isn't it? Sam, what is your favourite Chelsea chant? I tend to come up with my own Chelsea chants. So my favourite one, I hate to say it, but it is my Romelu Lukaku chant, which is to the theme of Waterloo by ABBA. It is actually that one. Sam's favourite chant is "We're not Brazil, we're Northern Ireland." Sam, as a fellow Northern Irish man, you must agree with me that Stephen Davis is better than Conor Hourihane. I mean, I guess I've got to. And I would like to point out I'm half and half. That is my heritage. Half Northern Irish. Salah finds Firmino. Can Salah see Naby Keita there? He's in loads of space. He has. He's found Naby Keita. This could be an opportunity for two. He tries to thread in Luis Diaz, and maybe the wrong decision there from Naby Keita. Maybe the wrong decision there. De Vrij does really well to get his body across. Curly says corner taken quickly. Firmino! What a header that is. Half is full. I don't think that's how it works because this glass isn't full. I wish that was how it works. Every time I'd ask for a half a pint, that would be brilliant, wouldn't it? If half equaled full. Joshua, I've seen Sam wearing a Leeds shirt. You'll never see me wearing a Leeds shirt. I'll tell you what. Trent Alexander-Arnold to whip this one in. It's flicked on at the front post again. And Vidal, is he able to keep that on to stop that going out for another corner? He is. He clears it up the field. I honestly can't believe Liverpool scored from that last corner. I'm not going to lie to you. Almost, not completely against the run of play, but not, well, slightly against the run of play. Sam, I'm going to lose my house. I need Inter to score. Sorry. I did tell you not to put your house on it. I did tell you that. Luis Diaz here. I tell you what, I was very quick to criticise Luis Diaz, and I still think the criticisms are valid, but he is a very good dribbler of the football, Luis Diaz. His attacking movement that I've seen in this Liverpool team, maybe it's because he's not in the Porto team and maybe he has a different role in this Liverpool team, but his attacking movement is brilliant. And Alexis Sanchez might be in here. Sanchez tries to roll in Dzeko. That's really well read, actually, by Thiago. And oh my gosh, what a strike that was from Perisic. And that has gone about an inch over the crossbar from Ivan Perisic. That caught me so off guard because Liverpool players were just sort of wandering towards the ball there as it rebounded towards the edge of the box. And Perisic on his right foot is just not far away, I tell you what, not far away from the Croatian. It was a really good delivery from Robertson. Really good delivery. I can't believe Roberto Firmino's come up that clutch, you know. I cannot believe it. Cannot believe it. Curly says Diaz is just getting used to being in a decent team. I mean, yeah. My criticism of Luis Diaz was, number one, at first, I didn't really see him as a Jurgen Klopp-style player. I didn't really see that in terms of the work rate. I can see a little bit more now, especially in terms of that attacking work rate. But when I saw him at Porto, I didn't quite see that. And like I say, it probably is because of that that different role that he did play. He was the main goal scorer, especially this season for Porto. In fact, he's still their top goal scorer, even though he's left. But my other criticism is I don't think he is the most clinical, in the same sense that Sadio Mane is quite a clinical player, and if that is going to be a natural progression, obviously there's plenty of room to develop for Luis Diaz. But that was my criticism. He's a very good dribbler of the ball, never doubted that. But my criticism was that he just doesn't look key in those final sort of third areas. And obviously, it depends what team you're playing in. If you are playing in a Liverpool team that is so elite like this one, then you're always going to have opportunities that fall to you. And so you don't have to create as much yourself. And Luis Diaz, very much in that Porto team, had to create a lot himself. So when the midfield weren't able to get themselves on the ball, Luis Diaz was very quiet in games. And so maybe that was part of the reflection of my criticisms of him, was the fact that actually, because he was playing in a poor team who couldn't get him the ball, he couldn't create the opportunities, and so he seemed like he was quiet, when in reality, had he been in a better side, he could have done a lot better. Where is Shah today? I don't know where Shah is. I'm sure he'll be back soon. Oh, 1-0 says Max. Yes, it is. It most certainly is. Free kick there from Robertson, cleared by Inter Milan once again. Trent Alexander-Arnold's going to whip it in off his left foot. What a ball in that is. It might fall on the edge of the box to Mo Salah, and it's squeezed in. It's squeezed in through the legs of a couple of players there from Mohamed Salah. And that is prime Liverpool. I tell you what, it just squeezes its way in. You don't need much of an opportunity to score if you're Liverpool. And my God, Mo Salah gets himself on the score sheet. It was headed down by Virgil van Dijk. Konate initially went to get it. He realised Salah was in a better position, left it to Mohamed Salah, and Salah shoots. I think it takes two deflections off the way through. First off Bastoni, second off, I think it's De Vrij, and as a result, completely wrong foots Handanovic in goal, and you can just see the face of Samir Handanovic there. He looks absolutely gutted that one has beaten him, absolutely gutted, and Liverpool now very much against the run of play look like they're going to struggle. Curley still needs one goal for his bet. His 2-1 is still on. Absolutely. Both teams to score, I said, and Liverpool to win. But, my gosh, Liverpool have been very fortunate today. It's the sign of a good team, though, isn't it? It is the sign of a good team. But I think Inter Milan, especially that Dzeko opportunity, man, I think they're going to rue that mistake. I think Dzeko is going to be tossing and turning in bed at night tonight, and he's going to be thinking about that, and he's going to be thinking, why did I try and pass that to Dumfries or Sanchez or whoever it was in the box with him? 6 minutes left to to get themselves potentially a goal and something to take to Anfield, because 2 goals that you need to take to Anfield and that you need to score at Anfield is a massive ask for any team, let alone Inter Milan. And Mo Salah there nearly gets himself in behind. This is setting up that second leg for what looks like a long, hard second leg for Inter Milan, I must say. Oh, Vidal bundled over there by Naby Keita. Oh, I've just seen a really dodgy clearance from De Vrij in the build-up to that second goal. And he just looks so quiet. Sort of, he makes the dodgy clearance and then he just sort of like backs away. If you've ever seen the Homer Simpson meme where he backs into the bush, that's almost what De Vrij looked like then after he'd kicked it. James Milner is going to be introduced this evening. Thiago is coming off for James Milner. And Milner making his 800th appearance, I do believe, is what they just said. The ball knocked forward here to Edin Dzeko. Dzeko gets the ball down nicely. Here's Ivan Perisic. Perisic clips one in, looking for, I believe that was Vidal making a run in at the back post. Easily saved, though, by Alisson Becker. Europa League and Europa Conference League tomorrow night, if anyone is interested. Leicester in the Conference League now after getting knocked out of their group. And of course we do have Dortmund versus Rangers as well. Burnley could do it at Anfield. Burnley could do anything if they wanted to. I don't know why Inter Milan don't just play better. They've got the same 90 minutes. On comes some substitutions. Maybe a last-ditch opportunity here for Inter Milan to get themselves a goal. Just something. They need to take something to Anfield. They've got to. Darmian is coming on, formerly of Manchester United. Gagliardini is coming on. Roberto Gagliardini is coming on. Arturo Vidal is coming off. And De Vrij is coming off. I mean, I think that might be from that mistake from that goal, I tell you what. And Ranocchia? Is that how you pronounce his name? I know who the guy is, but I don't know how to pronounce his name. Ranocchia. Andrea Ranocchia is also coming on as well for De Vrij. So, I believe the other substitution was Dumfries. Have I seen that right? I didn't actually see the first substitution. Oh, it's 1-1 in the other game. Kingsley Coman's just nicked a late point. Has just nicked a late point for, well, clearly not a point because we're in the knockout stages, but has just nicked a late goal. It is Dumfries who has come off as well for Inter Milan. So, maybe a last-ditch opportunity to try and get themselves a goal here. Interesting to see if they actually do get themselves a goal. And we also have got ourselves a new subscriber, Mohammed Hassan. Thank you for subscribing, mate. I do appreciate it. Lovely ball played down the line there. And here goes Gagliardini, and that was a poor ball in, straight into the hands of... I can't believe Kingsley Coman's got that, straight into the hands of Alisson Becker there. I got so distracted by the fact that that popped up there, and Curly said, oh, damn it, I hate Bayern. Absolutely, mate, absolutely. 2 minutes left here for Liverpool. I mean, Jurgen Klopp will be more than happy taking a 2-0 lead to Anfield. More than happy. I don't know why I went a bit Sean Dyche there. I mean... Trent Alexander-Arnold. Keita looks forward to James Milner with a brilliant, excellent touch there, but he's tackled in the end there by Skriniar, and Brozovic gives away the ball there, and Firmino looks to play that forward, looking for the run of Luis Diaz. It falls instead to Mohamed Salah. Henderson finds Andy Robertson. Robertson into Luis Diaz. Diaz finds Milner. Milner out wide to Robertson. Robertson looking for Diaz again. Diaz tries to clip it back towards Milner. Milner's persistency has paid off that time. Here is Jordan Henderson into Naby Keita. Liverpool just taking their time here. I mean, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? You 2-0 up, about to take a 2-0 lead to Anfield. Why would you not take your time and play the ball around a little bit, play a ball around? Here's Matteo Darmian. Darmian's going to clip one forward, looking for Dzeko to try and win that. Van Dijk's won it, though. Two giants there, trying to both win the header. Liverpool have a lot to do. In between these two games. They will have themselves in the Carabao Cup final, the EFL Cup final against Chelsea, of course, before they play this second leg, and the Premier League at the weekend as well. So still battling on three fronts at the moment, Liverpool. Bastoni is coming off, and Federico Di Marco is the man coming on for Bastoni. Not a bad game for Bastoni. I've been quite impressed with him on that left-hand side. When he got a little bit more, adventure to him in this second half. For the first 15 minutes of the second half, Inter Milan looked a lot better. But Liverpool, after those substitutions, like I say, managed to really, really get themselves on the ball and start to dictate the play. 3 minutes of added time at the end of this game. And all of a sudden, Bayern equalised. Kingsley Coman, I know, Bayern Munich coming up clutch finally. As you'd expect from the German giants. It's a good result, though, if Salzburg can cling on to that. It is a good result for them to take to Munich, take to the Allianz Arena. Trent Alexander-Arnold looks down the line there, looking for Roberto Firmino. It's well read, though, by Ranocchia. Sanchez. Brozovic. They're gonna have to try and get something here into Milan. I think it's gonna be a long second leg here. I think it's gonna be a long second half. I must say it's gonna be a long second leg for my brother's just messaged me to say that Prison United have signed Robinho. Brilliant. Sanchez, what a ball that is to Darmian, and that was so close there. That Manchester United Inter Milan link up there, and that was nearly brilliant from Alexis Sanchez, but so well intercepted there. I think that was Virgil van Dijk who got his body in the way. Naby Keita now. Liverpool just going to run down this final minute. Trent Alexander-Arnold finds Luis Diaz. Here is Trent Alexander-Arnold once again, back into Naby Keita. Luis Diaz again. The goal was disallowed. Are you kidding me? Are you actually being serious? Are you being serious? No, you're not. It's not been disallowed. Don't give me that hope. Don't do that. Don't give me hope. Naby Keita just gives away a foul. And we might have just had the last bit of action. What a tackle that is. It was Andy Robertson, actually. Take all away the credit from Andy Robertson there. Not long left. And there we are. That is full time. Schrafter's trying to convince me that my mic is muted, but I don't think it is. Because I can still see the things going up and down on the screen. I can still see it registering levels, which is the important part. So I think you guys haven't quite thought this one through. I have a mixer where I can see if the mic is working or not. But that is full time. Liverpool 2, Inter Milan 0. I'm not falling for that one, Schrafter. I am not falling for that one. Sean says, Sam, I can hear you. I know they can hear me, Sean. I know they can. They're trying to get me, and it's not going to work. I've got a mixer where it tells me my audio levels, so I'm absolutely fine. However, that is full time. Roberto Firmino, Mohamed Salah, the two men to get themselves some goals tonight. Obviously, for my Champions League football, fantasy football team, that has actually been decent. I tell you what, it's actually been a decent night. Mohamed Salah getting himself a goal. But in terms of Liverpool, they were really, really sort of just ticking over for at least 70 minutes of that game. And then the goals that they scored just weren't the greatest. A little bit of a huddle there from the former Roma players with Alisson Becker, Mohamed Salah and Edin Dzeko. But I think Liverpool will be really pleased with that result. Whilst it's a 2-0 win away from home in the first leg of the last 16, I think they'll be more pleased with the fact it wasn't the greatest of performances from Liverpool tonight. It wasn't vintage Liverpool. It isn't something that we're going to be thinking about for the rest of our lives, that's going to keep us up, that we're going to tell our grandkids about. But they've done the job, and that's sometimes more important than playing flashy football, fast, flashy football. And to be honest with you, I think Inter, for first half, the game was pretty open. Obviously, Inter had the better of the opportunities in that first half. But, you know, they came out in that second half. They weren't clinical enough in front of goal. Dzeko, poor decision to pass instead of taking a shot on his left foot instead. Maybe a little bit of nerves around the fact that it was his left foot and he's a right-footed player. But a player of his calibre shouldn't be making those mistakes and shouldn't be causing those problems to himself. So I must say I am a little bit disappointed with that Inter Milan performance, and the fact that they were good, and Vidal for Inter Milan, he was the man of the match for me, 100% for Inter Milan. And Liverpool, to be honest with you, I don't think I could pick a man of the match. Luis Diaz was good when he came on. Thiago was decent as well, but there was no one really there that stands out that you go had a really, really good game. And it's just the impact that the players made. Firmino came on, not really too much changed. But then once those players, those three extra players, Henderson, Keita and Luis Diaz came on, the momentum shifted. And Liverpool went from being average to good. They still never really got out of fourth gear, but they started to up it just a little bit. They did start to up it just a little bit. And my dad says it's all good as well, the sound. So you can't mess around when Dave Large is in the house. You cannot mess around when Dave Large is in the house. However, guys, I am going to leave this here for you. I really do hope you have enjoyed this stream. I've enjoyed it. It's been nice to do a Champions League game for the first time in a little while. And, of course, not been a Chelsea Champions League game as well. So, good stuff for me. Like I said, if you haven't already, do be sure to smash that like button, hit subscribe for us, and keep your eyes peeled for more matchday vlogs, more streams, whatever they may be. And like I said, I will be off to that second leg between Manchester City and Sporting Lisbon. I wonder how many Lisbon fans are going to make the journey out there after being 5-0 down in the first leg. I'm not too sure there'll be too many away limbs in that game. But we shall leave that there. Thank you for watching. I really, really do appreciate all the support, guys. I really do. And I'll see you on the weekend for a stream. Do be, like I say, keep your eyes peeled. Maybe a few community posts will be kicking around as well, and do engage with them because that helps the channel as well. And Sean says that Fraser and Sean both got their score predictions right. So massive shout out to you two as well for getting your score predictions right. So thanks, guys, and I'll see you later. Cheers.